Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So we've got 6 paths left to uncollected, and we're going to go ahead and go in with the standard team here that we've been using. Obviously, we've got the immunities with Colossus and Captain Marvel movie. We've got the synergy between Aegon and Star-Lord giving me that combo shield so that I can build up those combos with Aegon. Tiger has our nullifies, and we get the unblockable out of Tigra, Colossus, and Captain Marvel, along with the indestructible after 25 charges on Captain Marvel as well. So we're going to go ahead and take the Thor path here. We're going to go ahead and take path C. I think that's one of the best paths for the team I'm running. Right off the bat, we got a quick match here for Tigra, which, with some clean gameplay, should be not a problem. Now, the global node on this, as you may notice, I'm not really doing much damage to him, is that your basic attacks will not do damage, but you will still earn charges towards your specials, which do damage. Which means if you bring in champions that have bleed, incinerate, shock, those champions are going to do quite a bit because you don't have to worry about getting to your special before you can do damage. But also at the same time, champions who build up quick specials, such as Loki, who I've mentioned on several times because he has the power gain, Hyperion, who also has amazing power gain, several others, Magic, somebody like that will also carry you through on this quite a bit easier. Obviously, those are not necessarily the champions I have built up at the moment, or necessarily the ones I have in the game. But we are going to go ahead and get through this with what we have, just to make the point of sometimes it's, and I mean, yes, this account definitely has direct damage champions. It has power gain champions, and I could power up some of those and walk through this a lot easier. But again, you're watching here. I am still clearing the content with the champions that I'm choosing to run this with. And we are going to go ahead and get the title. We're going to make the next progression without a problem. And I just want to remind everybody out there that, yeah, you may need to push your champions up a little bit, but it's still possible. You don't have to have the top tier champions every time. Figure out the ones that work for you and keep pushing forward. Now, I am going to go ahead and revive Tiger here, and I'm going to go ahead and spend the units to bring her back up. right off the bat, 40%. Let's see, we're thinking through her a little bit because she does have that direct damage, so it is beneficial. Now, after we get the initial run on Uncollected done, I'll actually go through and make a second video on this level here, where we use all a team that is more power gain and or direct damage centric. Obviously, like I said, getting the rupture charges with Tigra helps with that, and she's, she hits like a tank. So, I mean, once we get those ruptures going, she's going to do plenty of work for us here. I don't see us having any problem getting through all the way to the end with this team. We are going to need to trigger Luke Cage here, because he does have the indestructible off of the first connected hit. There we go. So, which is part of the reason why I always loved him. Ran him quite a bit when I was running a 5-star team. My 5-star team that actually did most of the work for me was Corvus Glaive, Luke Cage, Loki, Heimdall, and Star-Lord, actually. Now, if you look at my 5-star roster these days, a lot of people question why I would run necessarily that team. And obviously, my 6-star roster on that account is all the much better. And yes, I do realize I'm massively made a mistake there by triggering the special one while he was indestructible. But let's go ahead and make up for that. See, on this fight, obviously, if you had Incinerate, which is where Hyperion would do you probably the best, because he has the power gain and Incinerate, so you could just stack up the Incinerate charges off the repeated special ones. But obviously, a bleed champion isn't going to do you any good. There's plenty of other champions that just wouldn't do you any good in that particular scenario. But I'm sure there's people that would say that Aegon really didn't do me much good, considering the fact of how long that fight took. There are definitely champions out there that I could have walked through that a lot faster with. And through that. Special 2 was the go-to there. Unstoppable, unblockable, and with the fact that we have the special damage being the only way to do damage, makes it clear which way we need to go. Got plenty of these small refills. We'll go ahead and use a couple of those. Should have more than enough to go ahead and finish the path. I think, if I remember right, yeah, C, that I can bypass most of the path. Obviously, we've unleashed Venom and Magneto, which is what would make the most sense to go ahead and take them down normally. But I'm trying to get you guys a more direct path. So sometimes even skipping over the ones you necessarily unlinked, just to go ahead and get through it quickly. A few less revives, a few less potions. So go ahead and take down Wolverine here. Obviously, his regenerate is going to be a factor, so I think what we're going to do here is just go ahead and build to the special 3. That combo shield is definitely going to serve us well with the special 3. And I believe this should be more than enough to finish him. Well, wasn't quite, but we did get the shock charges in there, which did the final bit of work for us there. So, Wolverine's out of the way. Up next, Iron Man. And then to conclude with Psylocke. Okay, so get through I don't see us getting all the charges I'd like to get out of this, but obviously obviously there is always the charges from parrying. If we can pick up a few that way, but obviously the primary way I tend to do it is off the SP1. Which, surprisingly enough, we are still looking pretty good. 15 charges. If we should have to use her against Psylocke, is not going to be too bad to go in with. And actually, we may be able to push it up to 21. Okay, caught that one. That's okay. Advantage to that, to be truthful with you. Even off of a small revive here. I pointed this out before. We have 21 charges on her. That means we're in 22 charges. Means we're instantly going into the fight with a special 1 right off the bat. And so we can instantly finish the fight. If we would have caught him, we could probably hit the 25 and won it. Which would have meant that if we used her against Psylocke, we could go in instantly indestructible. I'm going to go ahead and go with Tiger to start off this one, just because the rupture charges, they're a little easier to put on than anything else I have with direct damage. Or at least I get a little bit of clean gameplay going on. They're easy enough to put on. And this should have finished it, but we didn't get the unblockable on that one, so that's not a problem. I think we are going to go ahead and take Captain Marvel in because, like I said, instant special one right off the bat, which means we can get those final charges, get the indestructible, and finish this off. Clean gameplay. Obviously, not without resource usage, but still not bad. We continued down the path. We got the first of the second chapter knocked out. We're going to get the next 5 knocked out. Join me back for those videos. And like I said, we'll go ahead and do a second run on this one within the coming weeks so I can start you with more direct damage champions. A little bit cleaner version, probably a little faster version of going through this. So, again, I appreciate everybody who has liked and subscribed. I appreciate everybody that's watching the videos. And I cannot wait to see everybody back for the next one. Feel free to comment. Let me know what you're looking for in the content, because I definitely want to be a voice for the community. I want to continue to grow not only my accounts, but my channel and this community. I want to give people opportunities that whatever you want, guys, honestly. So, peace out, and I'll see you back for the next one.